Good day, everyone. Welcome to Science for Young Minds with Merivit Education Center. This series is for Pratum 6. This is Teacher Joy.
Today, we are going to talk about separation techniques. First, I want to know what you know about separation techniques. When you hear the word separation techniques, what comes into your mind? Great! Separation technique is a method used to separate a mixture. How about mixture? Can you tell me what is a mixture? Good job! Mixture is made of two or more stuffs mixed together. There are many different kinds of mixtures around us. Most of the stuff around us are mixtures. To get one thing from a mixture, we have to know what is it made of. Let's learn the different kinds of mixture. First, we have the homogeneous substance. These are mixtures that look the same, such as coffee and milkshake. Next, we have heterogeneous substance. These are the mixture that looks different or has different parts. For example, burger and salad. And lastly, we have suspension. These are the mixture that has solids and liquids that do not mix well, just like marbles in the water and mud. Different mixtures are separated in different ways. But first, why do we separate mixture? Since ancient times, humans have found it important to separate what they need from what they do not need. For example, in rinsing the water with the rice, we do not keep the water we used in cleaning the rice and cooked it. We separate it first and we put new water to cook with the rice. Also, we separate mixture to remove harmful substances from the water. There are different ways to separate a mixture. To choose a suitable separation method, we need to consider properties of substances in the mixture. Mixture can be made of solids of different sizes, insoluble solid in a liquid, and soluble solid in a liquid. How do we separate solids? When we know what the stuff is made of, we can choose the right way to separate it from a mixture. Mixtures can contain solid particles of different sizes. We can use different methods to separate these solids. For example, picking out by hand, or also known as hand picking. We can pick out pebbles to separate them from sand. Next, we can do sifting. We can use a sieve to separate large flour particles from the fine particles. Last method is using magnets. In junkyards, electromagnets are used to pick up scrap metal for recycling. Picking out by hand, or also known as hand picking. Mixtures that are separated by this method should have solids that look very different. They should be big enough to be picked up by hand or using other tools. Sifting. Mixture that are separated by this method should have solids that are different in sizes. They should be too small to be picked up by hand. Sifting involves passing a mixture through a sieve. A sieve traps large solids while allowing smaller solids to pass through. The filters used should have big enough holes to fit the sizes of the stuff we want to separate. Using magnets. If one solid in a mixture is magnetic, it can be separated from the mixture using a magnet. Examples of common magnetic materials are iron, cobalt, and nickel. How do we separate an insoluble solid from a liquid? Insoluble solids are mixtures of solids that do not mix well. We separate an insoluble solid from a liquid by pouring out the liquid, also by filtration and precipitation. Pouring out the liquid. Mixtures that are separated by this method have solids that can move to the bottom of liquids. For example, when washing rice, we can separate the rice grain from the water by pouring out the water. Filtration. This method can separate mixtures of solid and liquid. We can do this method only when the solid cannot dissolve in that liquid. Tools used for filtering mixtures are filter paper, cotton wool, cheesecloth, and colander. The solid will stay on the filter while the liquid will pass through it. For example, a coffee filter prevents coffee powder from entering into the coffee. Precipitation. It's the process of conversion of solution into solid by converting the substance into insoluble form or by making the solution a supersaturated one. This method is used to separate a mixture based on the solubility of its component. Alum can be used in water treatment plants. When we add alum to water, small particles in the water clump together to form large particles, which can be easily removed. How do we separate a soluble solid from a liquid? Evaporation. Soluble solids are mixtures that mix well. We can use evaporation to separate solid dissolved in a liquid. For example, evaporation has been used to obtain salt from sea water. Review time! Now, let's review what we've learned today. Are you ready? Great! Mixtures can be made of, good job, solid of different sizes. What else? Insoluble solid in a liquid and soluble solid in a liquid. Now, solids of different sizes can be separated by picking out by hand, using magnets, and sifting. Fantastic! Now, insoluble solid in a liquid can be separated by pouring out the liquid, filtration, what else? Precipitation. Great job! Soluble solid in a liquid can be separated by evaporation. Excellent!
Thank you and see you on next episode.